Welcome to Married to Movies. Industry insiders John Russell and Tracy Cring live and work happily in cinematrimony. They're sharing behind-the-scenes adventures of writing, producing, and appreciating films.
Good morning, babe.
Good morning, babe!
I almost forgot what to say there.
Well, that's okay. It's been several years since we did this.
Feels like it.
Yes, it does.
This is season 4.
Season 4.
The first season felt like 10 seasons.
Yes, for those of you who love The Jerk. This is the shirt with the tie with the dress shirt on top of it.
It looks good. And I think it's a thing that Liam Neeson's already done.
Liam Neeson is not doing it because he
I
was
think
not
he
wearing
did.
he was not wearing a tie with it. Instead of going out there and buying sports jackets, which are extraordinarily hot, why don't we just put a dress shirt on top of our other shirt where we're wearing a tie? It's a loose suit.
Because
I'm loose suiting.
if you were to take that shirt
Yes.
on top of the shirt off,
Right. Yes.
you would look like you were selling Bibles door to
Yeah,
door.
that's true. So there were these golden tablets. All right. I was thinking about everything that's happened in this country ever since. We're gonna get a little.
I don't think you should think about that.
Oh yeah, we're
not going to get political.
Yeah.
No,
We're gonna get a
not.
little political. We're living in what I would call
The end times.
an independent film dystopia. We're not getting the full dystopia. We're not getting the coolness of Rollerball. That's why our ICE agents just look like, they went in their closet and they put together their costumes. I mean, the whole thing, it feels so low budget.
The costume department did not have much money.
We spent nothing on our costumes.
I think they are getting a budget bump.
Low budget dystopia.
Yeah, it's kind of like a water world.
Yeah.
But with much less money.
Yeah, but it's like a water world in a bathtub.
If there was a water world action figures,
okay,
you took those and filmed them in your pool or bathtub.
that's what it feels like. The whole thing. Well, it's like even our villains are just we couldn't afford SAG actors. So we just got our cousins.
It's like G.I. Joe. It's like they're fighting it out on Twitter like a G.I. Joe would. You know how G.I. Joes were always like they were watching that screen inside their base, and it was like the guy was like I'm gonna get you, G.I. Joe.
Okay. Are you referring to Cobra Commander?
But were they on Zoom every time? It was like the threats were always on Zoom.
That's true. That's true. Cobra was always Zooming with G.I. Joe and letting them know about the Weather Dominator. The Weather Dominator!
Remember when they had the fridge character for G.I. Joe?
Yeah, that was bad. When they had the fridge.
That was not bad. I had the fridge.
And they had Sergeant Slaughter. They were pulling wrestlers.
Oh my God.
Football players. That was like the independent dystopia. Where we're just pulling people.
Yeah. Well, it's like, let's pull this guy who's like a billionaire car manufacturer. Let's do that. This guy who builds rockets. No.
And I'm not making fun of this dystopia. It is hell out there. It is horrible. What is happening in our world? I'm just saying it looks bad.
I think we've landed on it is like living inside episodes of G.I. Joe. I think that's the closest. Yeah, I think you could probably find representations of every person.
Pam Bondi is the Baroness. Absolutely, it's all possible.
It's all there. South Park needs to do this.
Oh my God,
like
South
a new
Park.
Team America.
South Park was so funny.
Oh God, it's insanely amazing. I love those guys.
Well, they just have such guts. They just don't care.
CBS Paramount paying off.
Right.
The lawsuit against them, and then we found out Stephen Colbert got canceled.
Right.
But Trey Parker and Matt Stone just got $1 billion.
Hey, don't cut them short. $1.5 billion.
Yeah.
That's another
$500 million.
Another $500 million. They bought Casa Bonita the restaurant from that famous episode.
Where is it?
I think it's in Colorado.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh, like you got a purpose to go to Colorado. That's the whole thing.
Well, Sundance is moving to Colorado.
Oh, well, that might make sense then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who wanted to go to Utah? I mean, it's beautiful.
I wonder if like famous people will now be going to Casa Bonita.
That would be great. And maybe that's why they bought it. They were like, well, everybody's going to be here for Sundance.
Well, we were always divided as people. Now we're divided by like states. It's like this state versus this state. And the government versus these states. That's a whole different thing. So Sundance moves because Utah doesn't think that Sundance kind of works with their aesthetic. You know, usually it was about money, but now it's not about money. You know, it's about, you know, towing the moral line.
I've got this new thing. Whenever you want to be moral about something, okay, or judgmental or whatever, you no longer get to partake in that thing.
Oh, okay.
Because if you do continue to partake in something that you fundamentally don't agree with, you're causing hypocrisy in your life.
And hypocrisy, man, that is the worst, man.
Well, it just makes you useless. You're completely useless.
Everybody just starts laughing at you and ignoring you. And that's why when you find out, like, you know, that this Republican that was, you know, anti-porn, and then he owns, like, you know, all the porn in the world. Yeah.
Preaching against the thing that you hate about yourself.
Yeah, all of the closeted.
I mean, this is the thing about, like, let's say veganism, like extreme veganism, that I appreciate. They don't have leather, you know, like they really go all the way, and it's not about creating hypocrisy in their life. So, I mean, you are free to feel however you want to about anything you want to.
Absolutely.
Just don't partake in things originating from that thing anymore. Just like I'm a vegan, I don't eat meat or any products made from animals. I don't wear leather shoes. Great.
Yeah, but see, I also think that that's a personal thing. And my issue is that when you look at the thing that you think the world should be, like the world should be living like the way I think, like in this case, vegan. When you project that onto other people and you say, this is the way other people should be, that's when you get fucked.
Well, but you certainly shouldn't do that if you're being hypocritical. If you're a vegan who runs around with a leather bag, and you're telling other people don't eat meat products, that's a problem.
Well, as soon as you tell somebody not to do something, the first thing they're going to do is like go and look at your computer history.
You can absolutely like be against immigration or whatever. You can, but you don't get to eat the foods from the countries those people would come from.
I think it's fair.
Okay?
I think that's fair, man.
You don't get to eat Mexican food anymore. It's off the table.
Box mac and cheese for you, baby.
You want to be very rigid about your beliefs. Just don't become a hypocrite in the process. Absolutely. Why would I hate the culture that is created from the people who come from there?
Well, it's so hilarious, this idea that America is white.
I don't know if we've ever told this before about you and your family.
Yes. Oh,
and
Jesus.
How your father always had this joke whenever people would say, like, where are you from? With a last name like Cring. Where are you from?
Right.
And your dad would always say, we're German Jewish. There's not a lot of us left around.
Right. He would also say we hoard everything we got and protect it with a tank. And I always thought that was funny. And that joke always got laughs. And now I realize
it's anti-Semitic.
It's an anti-Semitic joke.
Yeah.
And then I was telling that joke. And then it just dawned on me, oh my God, I am anti-Semitic with this joke.
Yeah, maybe don't.
No, I'm not.
But
I am not.
This is what happened.
Oh my God.
Your brother, one of your brothers, did like the swab and the 23andMe thing and got entered into the FBI's database. And I'm not conspiracy theorist. We know that's happening.
Yes.
And found out that you're actually predominantly Scottish.
We're Scottish. We're not even German, nor are we Jewish.
Maybe
churches love that joke. That joke, huge laughs. Huge laughs.
Because you would tour churches with your whole family.
I know, man. Oh my God.
Yeah, but you're also speaking in like Methodist.
It was the
Baptist.
It was the 80s, folks. It was the 80s. You can forgive almost anything if it was the 80s.
As long as you never tell that joke again.
Yes.
And you are sorry.
Right.
That you ever told it. I absolve you.
We look back on the 70s and like rock stars.
You're absolved.
Right. Yeah.
Some things just nobody cares about anymore. Like, for instance, remote work. Like, it used to be for me that everybody always wanted to be in the room with me.
Right.
And like, I was like, I can do this by myself and make it a lot faster and like you not have to come here.
Right.
But nobody believed me. And then now it's normal.
Yeah. It's just a thing. It's just the way.
Or like doctors, you got telehealth now.
Oh yeah.
Nobody gives a shit about going to a doctor anymore.
What are those earrings? Those are so cool.
Oh, they're just like little moonstone earrings.
Oh, I just noticed them and they're so pretty.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah,
they kind of change color.
Yeah, they look great with your shirt.
Oh, appreciate it.
Okay, continue.
I think since the end of last season, I don't know if you had finished Song of the Damned.
Oh, yeah. We did a lot of revisions on it.
Then we came up with the concept for Marked in Blood. And then you woke me up at like 6 a.m. and had an idea for another script, which was not, we had done 2 horror scripts back to back. And then this one was like a dark comedy.
Dark comedy, which is something I've always been very intimidated by. Doing a straight comedy. We've made one straight comedy, but we didn't write it. It's kind of like a horror movie. Horror movies have to have an element that scares you, and comedies have to be funny. And they have to be funny a certain percentage of the time, and they have to be different kinds of funny. We wrote the script and
that went really easily.
Yeah, it was like 3 weeks.
Yeah, it went like so easily. And then we went through and did another revision and flushed things out. And I'm really, really happy with that script. I think it's very cool.
It's a really fun, and it is heartwarming and kind of dirty. And that's a great combo.
I feel like that's the structure of modern comedy is like it starts out really absurd and funny. And then in the middle, like it gets, I guess, more intense. And then it ends up heartwarming.
Right. The movie that I had never seen, which was Step Brothers, it's kind of like I'd seen clips from it where Adam Scott sung Sweet Child of Mine.
Yeah, singing.
Which is hilarious. Especially coming from a family where random singing could turn into random fighting at any moment.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Oh, my God. Fucking Christmas carols would end in tears.
Oh, God.
It was so bad because Dad would be like, are you even trying? I watched Step Brothers, and yes, it was hilarious, but it just sold out story for joke. It was just joke.
Well, I felt like the best part of it was when they were actually like enjoying each other because I was getting the most information about their characters.
Right.
It was very tedious at times.
Yeah. It's tough, man. Like right now, Naked Gun has this.
I'm looking forward to that, though.
I am, but everybody says it's just rapid fire, like, 1,000 jokes. Yeah, 1,000 jokes a minute. So.
Well, isn't the original kind of that way?
Oh, yeah. The whole thing was it's supposed to be truly, truly stupid.
We just started doing this thing, and I challenged you to like start writing a script a month.
Yes.
And you balked.
No, yeah. No.
Yeah. You didn't want it to turn into some sort of work, I guess.
Yes, exactly.
But it's not, because I think that's what writers do. They write.
Yeah. I agree with that.
So,
but I think a script a month is a lot.
Well, if you have it available in your creativity, I think you should use it. The thing I think people get attached to is outcomes. I want to get it done in a month.
Right.
And then if you don't, people are like, oh, I failed. Or they attach something to the outcome of it.
Right.
That doesn't need attached. Like your ego, your confidence, your whatever.
And see, here's the thing. I don't necessarily like this, but it is effective. When you get about 2 weeks from the end of the month and you've only written like 20 or 30 pages of your script, then you start thinking, well, am I actually going to do this? Am I going to finish this by the end of the month? And if I did finish this by the end of the month, how many pages would I have to end up doing a day?
I use my creative energy in a lot of different ways throughout the day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, making a lot of choices, coming up with ideas for lunch.
Sure.
You know, whatever it is.
Right.
It's creative. And I think everybody uses creative energy all the time. They just don't credit themselves with it.
Well, I was watching Top Chef and I saw not even something that they made. It was something that they ate in Macau. And I was like,
let's try
that looks interesting. And then I looked and we had all the ingredients to make it.
You know what, though, I can suggest to people, and this is interesting. I think molasses is a really good addition to a pantry.
Interesting.
I don't always have brown sugar, but you can just make your own brown sugar if you have
true.
molasses. Because that's all brown sugar is.
I did not even know that's all brown sugar was.
Yeah, that's all it is. If you don't know what molasses is, it's actually like the sugar cane. Mm-hmm. And they boil it and 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 boil it until it becomes molasses.
Right.
So it's got it's sweet, but it's got quite a different flavor.
It's got like that dark flavor, kind of like almost a wood flavor.
Yeah, because they boiled it out of the pulp of the sugar cane. The original reason I bought it was because I was trying to make that brown bread that you get at Outback.
The Outback bread. Yes.
Yeah, which I was shocked to find out is really just like a wheat bread with molasses and cocoa in it.
And you did a great job at it.
It was really good.
Yeah, it was really good.
And it didn't taste like cocoa.
Right. Like one of our ideas for a story, it had started in Woodstock, New York. And then somebody brought up that they were looking for a story in Los Angeles. And we were like, okay, well, we could just switch this story to Los Angeles. And that created a whole other realm of possibilities.
This is the thing I want, especially writers. Maybe they already know this, but this is something that I've started doing. This is related to outcome, taking the expectation off of your ideas. Mm-hmm. Like, oh my God, it's so freeing. Just let yourself have the idea, write it down, and just let it be in your encyclopedia of ideas. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have to go anywhere. It doesn't have to become anything. You could write half a poem. You could write half a song. You could write one chorus.
Okay, well, I have started doing something because I have a niece and she is involved in music. Mm-hmm. Okay, which I used to be involved in music. And sometimes I have an idea for a song or a lyric or a line, but I'm not really involved in music anymore. And that's not really, I could write a song, but for what purpose? So I send her the line, the lyric, the idea, and then she says, well, it sounds like you should write that because, this is an itch that you need to scratch and you should do it. And I'm just like, I don't do that. That's not what I'm doing right now. And I'm offering it to you. If you don't want to use it, that's fine.
Like what's one?
What?
What is one?
I don't know. I don't feel like I should be responsible for my own creation just because it's an idea that I had. I can give my idea.
That's a very weird statement.
I can give my idea to somebody else.
In lieu of doing it yourself?
Yeah, because I don't want to do it. It's not something I'm interested in doing. I don't see a future in that specific idea.
Right, because you're attached to an outcome.
No, I'm not attached to an outcome.
Yeah,
no,
you are.
I'm not. No,
because you think that she's got there's more likelihood that she would do something with it than you would.
Yes.
Yeah, because you're attaching that it has to become something.
Well, okay, I'm not saying it has to become something.
But you think she's the more likely candidate to make it something.
I'm saying that she has a use for the idea. If I am going along and I find a scalpel on the ground, I'm going to give it to a doctor. The doctor is going to find a use for that scalpel much faster than I am going to find a use for that scalpel.
Maybe a scalpel's like molasses, and if you had one, you'd use it a lot more.
Okay.
Again, let me point out, maybe you'll get it.
Wait a second. I am not confused at all. I just disagree with you.
Do you still understand? No, you're my example. This is perfect. Do you understand that you're saying the scalpel has to be useful?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to give it to the person who I think it will use it.
Has to be useful. I'm saying that the scalpel could be useful.
Look, if you were in a video game and you could pick things up and you came across a scalpel, you'd pick it up.
Yes.
And then when a scalpel came up later in the game, you would have it.
Yes, but if I came across a doctor and I had a scalpel in my bag, I would take my scalpel and give it to a doctor.
And the difference is you're not just, here's a scalpel. It has to do the thing a scalpel does. Let me give it to a person who uses scalpels. That is insisting that something not just be able to exist, but it have to become something. It has to become useful. It has to become used. Mm-hmm. It has to become a song. It has to become whatever.
Right.
I'm suggesting it's just a bag of stuff that you have.
Okay.
And if your niece came to you and said, oh God, I'm having such a hard time. Like, I just can't get the chorus nailed. Like, I don't know what I'm missing. Mm-hmm. Here it is. And it's like, oh, let me just pull out this little line I thought of the other day and give it to you.
Okay. I mean,
because it doesn't have to be for anything other than the fact that you just created it. That's all it is. It's just a little creation. And if you were writing a script and you were like, man, this character really needs to say something super profound right here. Mm-hmm. Like they need to just have like the perfect line. You just go over to the little notepad where you're keeping all these ideas, go through them, and maybe none of them are useful, but maybe it inspires something. Well, as a screenwriter, you're always going to have ideas like, ooh, this should be a script. And then what happens is you drop the idea because you can't think of what the rest of the script will be about.
Right.
It's like, ooh, that's a great script.
But but that's the thing, is that if you're a creative person and you start with that idea, then you will find what the rest of the script is going to be.
And
about.
I'm just suggesting, don't give up on it because it didn't come to you all at once.
Oh, God, no.
Because we're very impatient too.
Oh, yeah.
Just write it down. Write down that idea because
put it somewhere.
With Patchwork Hearts, when you got that opportunity from a person in LA who wanted an LA shot film, we had elements of lots of different things that had been set aside. Right. They were just interesting ideas. Oh, that's an interesting idea.
Yeah.
And we looked through.
I could sort of see
the catalog of interesting ideas.
Yeah, and I could see how that would
work. And said,
yeah.
okay, well, if we take this element and that element and this element and add 5 new elements, we have a script that comes together pretty easily, logically.
Well, I will go on record. I am admitting that maybe you and Izzy, my niece, had a point about me just not sending her random shit.
If you're like, okay, well, this needs to become a movie, or this needs to become a song, or this needs to become a poem, if you detach from that expectation, then you're just living in a super creative space.
Right.
You're just living in the enjoyment and appreciation of it just being creative.
Right. Because actually completing something is always a miracle.
But it's also kind of irrelevant. Creative energy, really any generation of energy, right? It could be sexual energy, it could be whatever. Any generation of energy that is meant to be expressed outside of oneself, that you hold in, I think it just sours. And I think it causes sourness. You know, I mean, why do we call people frustrated this or that? Right. Oh, they're just a frustrated musician. Oh, they're just because they become critical.
But sour's not always bad because then you can make pickles.
You can make pickles. You can make wine. Yes. Sure. But like, you're going to have to make something with it now. You know, I think that the frustrated artist is a stereotype for a reason. It's because you haven't expelled that energy. You know, I mean, I think we're conduit. I don't think we're meant to hold it for ourselves and pat ourselves on the back like, aren't you creative? No, I think you're supposed to express it.
Speaking of expression, how does it feel being back on the show?
It feels good. One of the things I really enjoy about the show is it's an opportunity to catalog our thoughts and discussions. Sometimes it just talking about a thing and talking a thing through clarifies something for you.
Sure.
And I don't know. I do really enjoy when people watch it and maybe comment.
Yeah, when we were at that party, the 4th of July party, people would walk up and go, "Hey, I listened to your guys' show. You guys are hilarious and stuff." And I'm like, "Okay." Well, it's like, yeah, you don't know, man. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that people could be doing. And I really appreciate it. It kind of keeps you in the zeitgeist. Maybe you're not saying the most original thing, but you're saying it from yourself.
On Wednesday, I was saying something to a group of women that are all doing the artist way, walking in the world. And I said something and someone said, "Oh, wow, that made a difference for me. I've never heard it said like that." But I think that's the importance to maybe being repetitive or being derivative or maybe even just repeating a thing you've heard, is that the listener, the person who's hearing it, they also have to be aligned in the right moment to receive a thing. So like you could walk around and say amazingly profound things all the time. Doesn't matter if the people that you're talking to aren't in a place to receive that.
Working on this new script, I was like, yeah, but is this, really that original? And then we get into a scene and we're talking in the conversation. And I'm like, I don't hear people talking like this in films. I really, there is an originality of thought that comes through the conversation. Yes. That is what the originality of
because
thought
I
is.
abhor conversation about plot. Everybody always in life is talking about a thing they're not actually doing. We talk around stuff. Cooking dinner, you'll be talking about something that happened 10 years ago.
Oh, absolutely.
You're not talking about chopping the fucking onions.
Well, yeah, and the fact that you are also with somebody else, you're trying to find a point of connection. And as you're chopping the onions, I'm telling you a story of when I was a kid and mom came in and, chased me around, with whatever, and it's all about
I
that.
will have a piece of bread on my head, obviously.
All of that.
Call back.
And all of these other little weird things that, kind of, circle an idea.
We don't do things and talk about what we're doing when we're doing it.
We're going to be going out tonight and watching the 2 really big summer movies because we haven't had a chance to go to any movie.
We've had a ton of chances, actually. We've had so many chances and twice a week.
You have decided.
You have begged me to go.
I have not begged once.
Look,
I have made it a possibility.
You have, and you've made it a possibility of having a happy marriage or a sad marriage. I've been super hyper focused on a rough cut of Sky Valley.
Rough cut of Sky Valley.
I don't know. I think in June I got the assembly cut and gave that to you and Anthony, the producer, and you gave me combined 183 notes. Yeah. And I worked all of July to get the first rough cut.
Right.
Which I feel really good about. I felt very good about sharing it with other producers and EPs. I felt very comfortable with it because I think it's representative of what the film can be. We've had a great response so far.
Yeah,
but it interfered with our summer movie watching.
Summer movie watching, which there is a bunch of movies I wanted to see.
I did the math and I figured out how long the movie was. 2 hours and 44 minutes as a assembly cut. I figured out how many days were in the month. I wanted to work 5 days a week on it. And I figured out how many minutes I had to edit a day.
Sure.
And that was my goal.
Right.
In order to fulfill on my promise that I made by the end of the month in July to deliver it.
Okay.
And I did.
Okay.
And I did it a day early.
You did amazing. absolutely.
Well, you helped a lot.
Well, thank you.
After I had gone through and implemented all the notes, you and I went through the edit and really scene by scene started cranking them.
Well, I can be brutal. I'm like, well, we could just drop that whole scene. You're like, no, we don't need to do that.
Well, the thing is, if we can just tighten scenes,
right.
I think that's the first pass of the rough cut. Is like, let's just tighten everything and see where the timing lands.
Yeah, and we got to
2 hours and 2 minutes.
Yeah, exactly, which is a really nice.
And that's without cutting any scenes.
Without removing any full scenes. Yes.
Yeah, we've just tightened things. But
to get back to what I was saying, I am interested in what kind of characters are being created in major Hollywood films. Not the stories, the characters. That's, to me, what is the most important thing. Are these characters interesting? Are they original? Are they relatable?
Oh, we watched Final Destination Bloodlines.
I thought the script for that was pretty good as far as the characters were concerned.
I mean, God bless them. I don't even understand how to write a script for that. It's like
crazy.
Explaining a Rube Goldberg.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I think it would be better if the script page
edited so great.
Yeah, they are. And I appreciate some of the like humor in shooting they added to it this time, where like things were playing out in the background, like when she gets
the garbage truck.
The garbage truck scene
made me laugh very hard.
You like loud. Immediately rewinded it.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
But no, it's clever. It's clever, and they're like
they were kind of playing with their own ideas.
Yeah, they were like, we know.
It's a little meta.
We know you know what to expect here, so we're not going to deliver on that, you know. Yeah, I felt like it was very intelligent way to handle another Final Destination movie. It also kind of gave it a mythos by like reconnecting to all the other films in a way.
It was a smart
with
script.
The logs and it was very smart. Someone with a deep love and understanding of the rest of the films, I feel like was involved in making this film.
Yes. The only thing that's a little weird, especially after you've lost parents when you watch a Final Destination film, is sort of the way that, all my family died, whatever,
But I feel like that's how you are.
No, it's not true.
I ask you sometimes, like, are you sad that your mom's dead? And you're like, no.
First of all, I did not say no.
Not really.
No, that's not true. All right.
Are you sad?
Oh, okay.
Are you sad that your mom's dead?
I'm sad that this podcast is over, Tracy. That's what makes me sad.
Episode 1. Are you sad that your mom's dead?
Shut up.
It's hard not to get romantic about movies. Thanks for listening to Married to Movies.